Welcome! Today, we're diving into the world of government directives. You might have heard the term before, but what does it really mean? In the simplest terms, a government directive is an official instruction or order issued by a government authority. These directives can shape how organizations, agencies, or even individuals act in certain situations. They're not just random suggestions, they carry the weight of authority and are meant to be followed. Throughout this video, we'll explore what makes a directive different from other government communications, why they're important, and how they impact our daily lives. Let's start by understanding the basic definition and purpose of a government directive. A government directive is an official order or instruction issued by a government body or official. Unlike casual advice or recommendations, directives are formal and often legally binding. They are used to guide the actions of government agencies, public organizations, and sometimes private entities. Directives can cover a wide range of topics, from public health measures to security protocols. The key aspect is that they come from an authority with the power to enforce compliance. Understanding this distinction helps clarify why directives are taken seriously and often have significant consequences if ignored. Government directives serve a clear purpose: to ensure that policies and decisions are implemented consistently and effectively. When a government issues a directive, it's essentially setting out the rules or procedures that must be followed. This helps maintain order, promote public welfare, and ensure that everyone is on the same page. For example, during emergencies, directives can instruct agencies on how to respond quickly and efficiently. By providing clear instructions, directives help prevent confusion and streamline government operations. Directives can be issued by various levels of government, from national to local authorities. Typically, high-ranking officials or heads of government agencies have the authority to issue directives. For instance, a president, prime minister, or minister might release a directive to address a specific issue. At the local level, mayors or city councils can also issue directives relevant to their jurisdiction. The authority behind the directive determines its scope and impact, making it important to know who is issuing the order. Not all government directives carry the same legal weight. Some are legally binding, meaning failure to comply can result in penalties or legal action. Others may be more advisory in nature, serving as strong recommendations rather than enforceable rules. The legal status of a directive often depends on the issuing authority and the context in which it's given. For example, a directive issued during a state of emergency is likely to have more force than one issued as a routine administrative measure. It's important to distinguish between directives and laws. While both can influence behavior, laws are passed by legislative bodies and have a broader, more permanent effect. Directives, on the other hand, are often issued by executive authorities to address specific situations or implement existing laws. They can be temporary or situation-specific, and may not require the same legislative process as laws. Understanding this difference helps clarify the role directives play in government operations. Directives and regulations are related, but not identical. Regulations are detailed rules created to implement laws, often with the force of law themselves. Directives, meanwhile, are instructions that guide how regulations or laws should be applied in practice. For example, a health department might issue a directive on how to enforce a new health regulation. This distinction is key to understanding how government policies are put into action. Guidelines are generally recommendations or best practices, lacking the enforceable power of directives. While a directive must be followed, a guideline is more about providing advice or suggestions. For instance, a government might issue guidelines for healthy eating, but a directive would mandate certain food safety standards. This difference is crucial for understanding the level of obligation involved. Let's look at some real-world examples of government directives. During a public health crisis, a government might issue a directive requiring the use of face masks in public spaces. In the workplace, a directive could mandate new safety protocols. In education, a ministry might issue a directive on remote learning procedures. These examples show how directives can touch many aspects of daily life, often in response to changing circumstances. Government directives are typically communicated through official channels. This can include government websites, press releases, or direct communication to relevant agencies. The goal is to ensure that everyone affected by the directive is informed and understands what is required. Clear communication is essential for effective implementation and compliance. A government directive usually follows a formal structure. It often starts with a heading or title, followed by the issuing authority's name, the date, and the specific instructions or orders. Some directives include background information or the rationale behind the order. This format helps ensure clarity and makes it easier for recipients to understand and implement the directive. Enforcement is a key aspect of government directives. Depending on the directive's legal status, Government agencies may have the authority to monitor compliance and impose penalties for violations. This could involve inspections, fines, or other legal actions. The enforcement process ensures that directives are not just words on paper, but active tools for achieving policy goals. Some government directives are temporary, issued in response to specific events or emergencies. Others may remain in effect for longer periods, especially if they address ongoing issues. The duration of a directive is usually specified within the document itself. When the situation changes, the directive can be amended, extended, or revoked as needed. Government directives can be amended or updated as circumstances evolve. This flexibility allows authorities to respond to new information or changing conditions. Amendments are typically communicated in the same way as the original directive, ensuring that all affected parties are aware of the changes. This process helps keep directives relevant and effective. When a directive is no longer needed, it can be revoked or canceled by the issuing authority. This might happen when the situation that prompted the directive has been resolved, or if the directive is replaced by a new order. Revocation is an important part of the directive's life cycle, ensuring that outdated or unnecessary rules are removed. During emergencies, such as natural disasters or public health crises, government directives play a crucial role. They provide clear instructions for agencies and the public on how to respond. For example, a directive might order evacuations, restrict movement, or mandate health measures. These directives are often issued quickly and are designed to protect public safety. Public health is a common area where government directives are used. For instance, during a pandemic, directives may require mask wearing, social distancing, or vaccination. These orders are designed to control the spread of disease and protect vulnerable populations. Compliance with public health directives is often monitored closely by authorities. Security-related directives are another important category. Governments may issue directives to enhance national security, such as restricting access to sensitive areas or increasing surveillance. These directives help protect citizens and maintain order, especially during times of heightened risk or threat. In the education sector, government directives can set standards for curriculum, safety, and administration. For example, a directive might require schools to implement remote learning during a crisis or adopt new teaching methods. These directives ensure that educational institutions operate consistently and meet government expectations. Businesses are often affected by government directives, especially in regulated industries. A directive might require companies to follow certain safety protocols, report specific information, or comply with new environmental standards. These orders help ensure that businesses operate responsibly and in line with public policy goals. Environmental protection is another area where directives are common. Governments may issue directives to limit pollution, protect natural resources, or promote sustainable practices. These directives are crucial for addressing environmental challenges and ensuring a healthy future for all. As technology evolves, governments issue directives to address new challenges and opportunities. For example, a directive might set standards for data privacy, cybersecurity, or digital infrastructure. These orders help ensure that technological advancements benefit society while minimizing risks. Transportation is another sector where government directives play a role. These directives might regulate vehicle emissions, set safety standards, or manage public transit operations. By issuing clear instructions, governments can improve safety, efficiency, and environmental outcomes in transportation. Financial regulations often come in the form of government directives. These might include orders to prevent money laundering, ensure transparency, or protect consumers. By setting clear financial rules, directives help maintain stability and trust in the financial system. Social policy directives address issues like welfare, housing, and equality. Governments may issue directives to ensure fair treatment, provide support to vulnerable groups, or promote social inclusion. These orders help create a more just and equitable society. Defense directives are issued to guide military operations, national defense strategies, or emergency preparedness. These orders are often classified and are critical for maintaining national security. They ensure that defense agencies act in a coordinated and effective manner. In international relations, directives may guide diplomatic actions, trade negotiations, or treaty implementation. These orders help ensure that a country's foreign policy is carried out consistently and in line with national interests. They play a key role in shaping a nation's global presence. During disasters, government directives provide essential instructions for response and recovery. These might include evacuation orders, resource allocation, or coordination between agencies. Quick and clear, directives can save lives and speed up recovery efforts. Public safety directives are issued to protect citizens from harm. These might include orders related to crime prevention, fire safety, or hazardous materials. By setting clear safety standards, directives help reduce risks and keep communities safe. Housing directives can address issues like building codes, tenant rights, or affordable housing initiatives. Governments use these orders to ensure safe, fair, and accessible housing for all citizens. They play a vital role in urban planning and community development. Agricultural directives might regulate food safety, farming practices, or resource management. These orders help ensure a stable food supply and promote sustainable agriculture. By guiding farmers and producers, directives support both economic and environmental goals. Labor directives set standards for workplace safety, employee rights, and fair wages. Governments issue these orders to protect workers and promote fair labor practices. Compliance with labor directives is essential for a healthy and productive workforce. Energy directives may address issues like resource management, renewable energy, or efficiency standards. These orders help guide the transition to sustainable energy sources and ensure reliable access to power. By setting clear goals, directives support national energy strategies. Communication directives might regulate media, public information, or government transparency. These orders ensure that information is shared accurately and responsibly. By setting standards for communication, directives help build trust between the government and the public. Cultural directives can promote national heritage, support the arts, or regulate cultural events. These orders help preserve traditions and encourage cultural expression. By guiding cultural policy, directives contribute to a vibrant and diverse society. Science directives might set research priorities, regulate funding, or establish ethical standards. Governments use these orders to guide scientific progress and ensure responsible innovation. By supporting research and development, directives help drive technological advancement. Healthcare directives can mandate standards for hospitals, patient care, or medical research. These orders ensure that health services are safe, effective, and accessible. By setting clear expectations, directives help improve health outcomes for everyone. Urban planning directives guide the development of cities and towns. These orders might regulate land use, zoning, or infrastructure projects. By providing clear guidelines, directives help create livable, efficient, and sustainable urban environments. Infrastructure directives set standards for public works, transportation networks, and utilities. These orders ensure that infrastructure projects meet safety, quality, and efficiency requirements. By guiding development, directives support economic growth and public well-being. Justice directives might address court procedures, law enforcement practices, or corrections policies. These orders help ensure that the justice system operates fairly and efficiently. By setting clear rules, directives promote accountability and protect individual rights. Taxation directives set rules for collecting and managing taxes. These orders might specify tax rates, reporting requirements, or enforcement procedures. By providing clear instructions, directives help ensure that the tax system is fair and efficient. Immigration directives guide the entry, stay, and rights of non-citizens. These orders might regulate visas, border control, or refugee policies. By setting clear rules, directives help manage migration and protect national interests. Consumer protection directives ensure that products and services meet safety and quality standards. These orders might require labeling, set limits on advertising, or mandate recalls. By protecting consumers, directives help build trust in the marketplace. Some directives are designed to encourage public participation in government decision-making. These might include orders for public consultations, hearings, or feedback processes. By involving citizens, directives help make government more responsive and democratic. To wrap up, government directives are powerful tools that guide the actions of agencies, organizations, and individuals. They differ from laws and regulations in their purpose and application, but all serve to implement government policy and maintain order. Whether in health, security, business, or social policy, directives help ensure that government goals are achieved efficiently and effectively. Understanding how directives work can help you better navigate the rules and expectations set by authorities. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of government directives.